Harihi Om. Gananahum tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashtrabastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadana Shrinvan Nudibisidasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Jyotismruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashivasamarambam Shankara Acharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Parjanta Vande Shri Guru Paramparam Om Shri Shankaracharya Swamine Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Sheila Shinde Bagini.
Yes, ma'am.
You can chant.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Chaturthodhyayah Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogaha.
You can chant the Shloka also. Yeah.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imau Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshvako Vebrave Bravita Manu.
Okay, Ikshvaku Kula is Surya Vamshi.
Yes, sir.
Ikshvaku. So Ikshvaka Bravit. Okay.
Manurikshvaku ke Bravit.
Ikshvakave Abravit. Ikshvakave Abravit.
Manurikshvakave Abravit.
That Abravit you don't have to say separately.
Okay.
And then you should say Manurikshvakave Bravit.
Manurikshvakave Bravit.
Correct. Yeah. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bagini.
Yes. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalene hamahata yogo nashta parantapa.
Next.
Srimati Bagini.
Namaste, Mahodaya.
Namaste.
स एवायं मया तेद्य योगः प्रोक्त पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमम्.
So we did the 3 shlokas yesterday, and we are now in the 4th chapter, which is called Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. That is a topic on renunciation of action through jnana. Renunciation of actions through knowledge. Knowledge is always self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is knowledge of the Brahman. Okay. So yesterday, it all started that Bhagavan, he started off telling that whatever Karma Yoga and Sankhya Yoga we have discussed so far, the 2nd chapter and the 3rd chapter, Bhagavan said that he had taught the same thing to the Vivasvan, the king of the solar system, himself when the universe was created, which means that he was the author of the Vedas, and he had told this to the Sun Lord at the time of the creation. And Vedas, as I told you, is the operating manual for the sustenance of the universal order. And then what happened was that it was coming down from Vivasvan, that is the sun god. Sun god, it came down to his son, that is Manu Chakravarti. Then it has come up to the entire Ikshvaku Kula. That is where even Rama and Harishchandra, all these people had come in Ikshvaku Kula, people, Dasharatha, Rama and all. So it has come down from the god to son, and then to Manu, and then the entire Ikshvaku Kula. And then those days, it was all passed on as a parampara. From the Guru Shishya parampara, it was passed on from that time down below. And there were also a lot of kings who were aware of this, a lot of rishis who were aware of this, and they were all giving this knowledge. And over passage of time, there has been some amount of deterioration in the amount of knowledge that was available in the midst of the people. So there has been there has been a kind of a loss that has taken place for the yoga over the years because everybody is engaged in their own worldly activities. Then Bhagavan says, now I am going to now tell you the same thing which I told to Sun Lord so many years ago. The same thing I'm going to talk to you today because you are also a bhakta of me and as well as a friend of mine. So he just drops an idea that it is not only a friend to friend discussion, but it is also going to be a bhakta and Ishvara discussion. So that is what he had dropped. So Arjuna is now wonderstruck. He is also calling me a bhakta. So who is Lord Krishna? Whether he is a god or he is Mr. Krishna or he is Lord Krishna. That is the doubt that is coming in the mind of Arjuna. Now Arjuna is asking the question, same doubt that we all have. He is asking the same question now. So we'll go to that.
लीना मेहुल्दामा भगिनी
Yes, Bhagini.
Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma.
अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म
Paranjanma vivasvatah.
परं जन्म विवस्वतः परं जन्म विवस्वतः
Aparam bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvatah.
अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः
Next.
भानुरेखा भगिनी
Yes.
Kathametat vijaniyam.
कथमेतद् विजानीयाम् कथमेतद् विजानीयाम्
Tvamadau proktavaniti.
त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति
Kathametat vijaniyam. Tvamadau proktavaniti.
कथमेतद् विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति कथमेतद् विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति Thank you.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी
Yes.
Param bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvatah.
Aparam bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvataha. Aparam bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvataha.
Good. Next.
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी
Kathametat vijaniyam. Tvamadau proktavaniti.
कथमेतद्विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति कथमेतद्विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति
Good. Next.
शरद चवन महोदय
Chant the first line twice, slowly.
अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः
Good. Next.
हे ललिता भगिनी
Second line 2 times.
हे ललिता भगिनी
Yes, madam. Just opening the unmuting. Kathametat vijaniyam tvamādau proktavaniti. Kathametat vijaniyam tvamādau proktavaniti.
Good. Next. Anjana Bhayani, are you there? Hello? You are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Kanchana Bhayani is not there?
No response.
No response.
Sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Let me, now, just now. Okay. Dr. Sri Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
chant all the entire shloka once.
Okay, sir. Aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha kathametad dvijaniyam tvamadau proktavaniti.
Good. Next, Kashmira Bhayani, can you chant it? The entire shloka.
अर्जुन उवाच अपरं भवतो जन्म परं जन्म विवस्वतः कथमेतद्विजानीयाम् त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति.
Good. Next, Kanchana Bhayani, you are there? I think she is disconnected.
Sir, shall I read, sir? Shall I read out the names?
Yeah, if somebody can help me in reading your name, it will be better. One more
I'll
person.
read them. I can do that. Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
Yes. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha kathametadvijaniyam tvamadau proktavaniti.
Good. Okay. So we'll go to the meaning of the shloka. So when Bhagavan told that he had only told Lord Sun God, Arjuna has now got a doubt. Arjuna now tells, he is asking Sri Krishna the question, Aparam Bhavato Janma, you are now living along with me in the contemporary world. You and I are cousins. We are in the same time, we have been born, almost same time we have been born. And you were in Vrindavan, I was in the other place, that is in Hastinapur and other places. So, but we belong to the same time only. Whereas Param Janma Vivaspataha, the sun has been there for time immemorial. Right from the time there was a creation, sun has been there. Whereas you and I are only there at this point in time. Kadam etad vijaniyam from Ado Proktavaniti. Then how do I understand? Kadam etad vijaniyam. How do I understand from Ado that you were there at the beginning of the creation itself, and then you had only told to sun god. So he is asking a very tough question to him, the kind of same question that we all get. That, how can he says that he is the one who had told sun god? Because Arjuna had never seen him as God Krishna. He has only been seeing as Mr. Krishna, not as Lord Krishna. So he is asking this question. So there are a lot of discussions that is always there in terms of Shankaracharya told that Arjuna was aware, but Arjuna was having doubt, though he was slightly aware that Krishna could be a god. Otherwise, when he had gone to the palace of Krishna Dwaraka, and when Krishna said that when Duryodhana and Krishna Arjuna were there together, Krishna said that I can take care of both of you, but only thing is that for one person I'll give you the entire Narayana Sena. My entire army will be the one side. The other side can be only with me, nobody else. I'll just be available for the other side. And secondly, I also will not take any astra, I will not fight, I will not do anything. But I will be available. That is what he said. But if Arjuna was very, very clear that time that Krishna is not going to do anything and he is only a simple human being, then he will only think that he is another mouth to be fed by Arjuna's people. So he would not have taken Krishna in his team. But he had taken Krishna, which means that he had a kind of idea that he is Lord Krishna only, not Mr. Krishna. So, but still he doesn't know. So he is now trying to get the information from Krishna by asking these questions. How do I know? So when he's asking that question, Krishna is now slowly going to start talking about many things, and we'll come to know about it. But in this particular point in time, he's asking the question: how do you want me to believe that you told some God? That's what he says. Okay, then it becomes a Krishna. Then if he's Lord Krishna, then it is not Krishna Arjuna Samvada. It becomes a Ishvara Arjuna Samvada or Ishvara Jiva Samvada, right? Because Krishna, if we put Krishna means now we all know is Lord Krishna. For Arjuna, it was Mr. Krishna. But now if we know that he is Lord Krishna, it becomes a kind of a Ishvara Jiva Samvada. That is what is this particular Gita. So he is now asking the question: how do I know? How do I understand? How do I believe you? He has not told how do I believe you, but he has told how do I know. So that is what he is asking. Now Bhagavan talks.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Shri Bhagawanuvacha Bahuni me vyathitani.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bahuni me vyatitani
Bahuni, it's a dirgha. Bahuni me vyatitani.
Bahuni me vyatitani
Vyathitani, that is dirgha. Vyathitani.
Bahuni me vyatitani Bahuni me vyatitani
Janmani tava charjuna.
Janmani tava charjuna Janmani tava charjuna
Bahuni me vyatitani. Janmani tava charjuna.
Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava charjuna Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava charjuna.
Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Tanya hau veda salvani.
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि.
You can try Tanya hau veda sarvani. Okay, whatever you said also is correct. Tanya hau veda sarvani.
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि.
Natvau veta parantapa.
न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप.
Tvam, you can say tvau. Natvau veta parantapa.
न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप.
Tanya hau veda sarvani. Natvau veta parantapa.
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप.
Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna.
Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava charjuna. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tava charjuna.
Good. Next.
Sri Lakshmi HR Bhagini.
Tanya hau veda sarvani natvau veta parantapa.
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप
Next.
Vijayalakshmi R. Bhagini.
The three entire shloka once.
श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहौ वेद सर्वाणि न त्वौ वेद परन्तप
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Entire shloka.
नमस्ते महोदय श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहौ वेद सर्वाणि न त्वौ वेत्थ परन्तप
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्ववेत्थ परन्तप.
One more person.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्ववेत्थ परन्तप.
All of you chanted very well. So now what does Bhagavan say? Bhagavan says that may means for me, and then tava means you. So for me and you, okay, may and me and you, bahuni gatitani janmani Arjuna. That means there have been plenty of janmas that has taken place for us, has passed by for us. Gatitani has passed by. There are plenty, so many janmas have happened for you as well as me. Bahuni me gatitani past janmani, many janmas have passed. Me and tava cha Arjuna. Arjuna, it has so many janmas you have passed through and I have passed through. Okay, both of us have passed through. Next one he says, Tan yaham veda sarvani. I know all those past janmas of me. Tan, all those things. Aham veda sarvani. I know all my past janmas. What I was doing, where I was born, everything I know. Natvam na veta parantapa. You don't know anything about your past. Whereas I know everything of my past. Actually speaking, Bhagavan knows not only his past, Bhagavan's past, but he also knows all our past. He knows about every one of us because he is the karma bala tata. He is keeping an account of the papa punya of us, and then he is making us a jivatma or any kind of living being and is giving a birth. So he said that I know everything. I know everything of my past, but you do not know anything. So that is the message that he is giving to Arjuna. That means that Arjuna is a limited person. Arjuna is a jivatma. A jivatma is a limited person, whereas Bhagavan is a kind of a sarvatma. He is the person who is residing in everybody. He is a sarva jnanam he has got. He has got jnana of everything. He knows everything. So whereas Arjuna is limited because he is a jiva. What is jiva? Jiva is a person. Jiva is an individual who is born in this world because of his past papa punya, past karmas. We are all born. We are all doing karma throughout our life. And when we do the karmas, we get results of karma pala, which is again given by the Bhagavan. Karma pala data is Bhagavan. We do the karmas, and then we get some drishta bala and some adrishta bala also. Adrishta bala may not take place in the same life. Some of them will also fructify in the future life. And to ensure that those karmas have to be faced, we are again born. So we are all limited beings. When we say limited, the meaning is that we are ignorant of our own personal self. When we do not know what our personal self, we are limited by our understanding of the self. We feel that we have limitations ourselves. When we have limitation, what do? Whenever we have a limitation, we want to ensure those limitations are addressed. I have a limitation. I am having a single bedroom flat. That is a limitation. I want to have a 2 bedroom flat. Then I start working. I get into a karma. So whenever I feel that I am limited, I am going to engage in karma. Whenever I do a karma, then that is going to have a karma pala. Karma pala can be papa or it can be whatever karma I am doing can be a papa or punya. And then the karma pala can be fructified immediately as drishta pala or adrishta pala also. So long as we have this limitation about ourselves, knowing that we are the true selves, we are the Bhagavan, we continue to be indulging in jivatva. Jivatva is what? Jivatva means we are limited in our understanding of our own inner self. We are ignorant of our inner self. Why we are ignorant of our inner self? There's a avarana. There is a kind of a cover. What is the cover? Our own ego, our own desires, our own karma is all covering up our inner self. So we feel we are limited. We are to be competing. We continue to do work. Then continue to be in the cycle of doership. Jivatva is doership and also bhoktrutva. Doing and enjoying is what we all do. So we are a jiva. So when you are jiva, you are only kartrutva and bhoktrutva. Do things, enjoy. Do and enjoy. Accumulate papas and punyas. Do have adrishta bala and adrishta bala. Finally, this body falls. Then we have adrishta bala. Another body comes. Again, the same thing starts. Again, we are ignorant. We are ignorant that we are not. We are ignorant of the fact that we are full. We are the jiva. We are the atma. We are the paramatma. We do not know our atma. So we again have a feeling of limitations. We continue to karmas, then pala, the same cycle starts. Janma, we do the same thing. So he says, Arjuna, you have also lived so many janmas. I have lived also so many janmas. Only difference is that I am a person who knows. I have no ignorance of my jnana. I know myself. So I know everything. I have taken janma means I know why I taken janma, everything I know. But you are limited. You will not even know anything about it because you are only governed by your body-mind complex, body-sense-mind complex. And because of the body-mind science complex, you know only limited. Your antakarana is capable of only knowing certain things. And because of that, you do not know anything about the past, whereas I know everything. That's what he is now telling to Arjuna. Bahuni me jatitani janmani tava charjuna tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vita parantapa. In fact, there's also another Shanti mantra we have, no? Badram karne vishudhyamadeva badram pashye makshatrajatraha. In that we say that for the sun god we say Vishve Vedaha. We say that sun god is a Vishve Vedaha, means he knows everything that is happening in this particular universe. The sun god has been there when we were all in our past janmas. He is aware of what all things that we have done in our past janmas. He knows what we are doing now. So he is Vishve Vedaha. He is one person who is continuously watching all of us from day in and day out. He knows yesterday who are all there as a human being in this world or anything in this world. He knows who are all not there in the subsequent day. And he also knows who are all newly born that day. Vishve Vedaha. That Shanti mantra we say that Badram Karne Vishwanyamadeva Badram Pashye Makshavatya Chitraha Tirai Rangai Stuttavagam Sastanubihi Yashema Deva Hitamidayuho. It comes Vishve Vedaha. Satyana Indro Satyana Pusha Vishwavedaha. Pusha is sun god. Satyana Pusha Vishwavedaha. So we pray to sun god also who knows everything. Why I am telling is that again Bhagavan is also sun god. So they know everything. So he says Tan Aham Veda Sarvani Natvam Veda Parantapa. So he is telling like that. Let us say what he now tells. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bagini.
Yes.
Ajopi sannau vyayatma.
Ajopi sanna vyayatma. Ajopi sanna vyayatma.
Ajopi san avjaya atma. Avjayam is non-decaying. Okay. Or it does not have any effect of time. With time, it does not go away. That's called avjayam. Ajopi san avyaya atma. Sannavvyaya atma. Okay. Ajopi sannavvyayatma.
Ajopi sanna vyayatma. Ajopi sanna vyayatma.
Yeah, you can be stressful on it. Avyayatma. Sannavvyayatma.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा अजोऽपि सन् अव्ययात्मा.
But you can say Navya Yatma only, but the you should come very pronounced. Ajopi Sannavya Yatma.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा
Bhutanam Ishvaropi San.
भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन्
Ajopi Sannavya Yatma. Bhutanam Ishvaropi San.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन्.
Good. Next.
लीना मेहुल दामा भगिनी.
Prakrutim Swamadhishtaya.
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय
Sambhavami.
संभवामि संभवामि
Atma Mayaya.
आत्ममायया आत्ममायया
Sambhavamyatma Mayaya.
संभवाम्यात्ममायया संभवाम्यात्ममायया
Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Sambhavamyatma Mayaya. Okay. Prakrutim Swamadhishtaya. Sambhavamyatma Mayaya.
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय संभवाम्यात्ममायया प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय संभवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी.
Ajopi Sannavya Bhutanamishvaropi San.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन्.
Good. Next.
श्रीमती भगिनी.
Prakrutim Swamadhishtaya. Sambhavamyatma Mayaya.
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
मृणालिनी गोपालन भगिनी.
Can you chant the first line 2 times?
अस्तु. अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन्.
Good. Next.
के ललिता भगिनी.
Second line 2 times.
Yes, sir. प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी.
2 lines together once.
Okay, sir. अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी.
Yes.
Put the lines together.
Yes, sir.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवात्मा सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
Both the lines.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhagini.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
More person.
Kashmira Bhagini.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Good. So now Bhagavan says, in the previous shloka, he said that he knows everything. But now he says, Prakrutim Swam Adhishtaya. Prakrutim is what? The entire creation. Creation is Bhagavan created Bhagavan created everything. You got matter is one thing, and then Chaitanya Purusha is another thing. Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti is whatever you see here. Okay. So when you look at this body, the body is made of Prakriti. We'll be saying all these things in the 13th chapter when we are going to discuss about Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Okay, when we are going to discuss that, we'll be dealing with that. We will also be talking about Prakriti in detail in the 7th chapter, I think. Vijnana Yogam. We'll talk about what is our Prakriti. So if you look at that way, Prakriti is what? His body is a Prakriti. Body-mind complex is a Prakriti. So at the end of the day, when he's appearing as Lord Krishna, he is having a Prakriti with him. So he has got a body-mind complex and all. We feel that he looks like a human being, right? So how does the Prakriti form? Prakriti is from nature. We got the body from the Panchabhutas. Okay, the entire Panchabhutas are the one that is constituting this body. And the Panchabhutas are there in the earth also. So all those things come to some kind of a combination and then the body is formed. So this Krishna says, I am using the same Prakriti and that is the Adhishtanam, that is the foundation. Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya. I take the Prakriti as the foundation and then Atma Mayaya. Maya Shakti is with the Lord. He is the one who is creator. The entire creation is Maya Shakti. What is Maya Shakti? Maya Shakti is the creation by which we are looking at diversity in the entire universe. What is Maya? I think we have discussed that earlier also. Maya is something which is real in terms of looking at it. If you look at today, I look at my laptop, that is real to me. You look at a human being, they are real to us. Okay. But the reality is that the reality behind everything is Brahman. If you look at that way, you look at a pot. A pot is a reality in front of you. But what is the reality of the pot? It is not the pot. Pot is only a shape, form and shape. The reality of the pot is in the clay, right? Similarly, when you look at the entire creation, the Brahman is the only reality. And on that Brahman, there is a different types of forms and shapes that we see. Like in the ocean, water is the only reality. We see the waves, we see the bubbles, we see everything. So those kinds of things are all the kinds of superimpositions by us in terms of the forms and shapes. So that is the Maya that we see. So when you look at the creation, you only look at the creation in terms of forms and shapes, and we don't see the underlying Brahman. The underlying Brahman that is also there in us is all the truth. Whereas what we see is that thing that is a Maya, it's all creation, like the magician is doing some kind of Maya jal in front of you, you see that. But what is really happening is that he's creating some kind of an illusion for you. You go to cinema theater, a lot of things are projected on the theater and you look at it as a reality, virtual reality. And then when everything is gone, only screen is appearing, right? Screen is the base on which everything is getting projected. but everything is an illusion and you are carried away by what we see in cinema. So when you look at that way, Maya Shakti is providing a kind of empirical reality. Empirical reality is as you find everything is appearing to you. Everything is appearing to you. But whatever is appearing to you may not be there in the 3 periods of time. It could not have been in the past. It might not be there in the future. All the 3 times it might not be there. Only in the present time you are seeing this. The entire world you see also undergoes a lot of changes. What you see yesterday, what you saw yesterday may not be there today, may not be there tomorrow, may not be there in the future. It all changes. What you are seeing today as you or me, 20, 40 years down the line, we cannot be able to see that. So it's all Maya. Maya is that there is a kind of forms and shape that is continuously created by the Maya Shakti of the Bhagavan. So he says that by own creative capability, Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. By Atma Kriya Shakti, I have made myself also. Like the way I have Kriya Shakti, I create human being, I have made my own creation. As Krishna, I was born. So that is what he is talking about. In this, there are 3 types of realities one should understand. I'll just give you the concept of 3 realities, and then I'll tell you about Avatara, and I also talk about Krishna's birth. I think maybe I'll take slightly longer time as far as this shloka is concerned. When you look at 3 types of realities, one reality is Paramarthika. Paramarthika is Brahman. That is the real reality on which everything else is there. The next is empirical reality. Empirical reality is Maya Shakti. Whatever we are seeing, whatever the creations in the world is all Maya Shakti. A human being, body, mind complex, seeing like this, any kind of materials that you see is all Maya Shakti. It's all being made as a creative world. It's an empirical reality. The third reality is called Pratibhasika reality. The Pratibhasika reality is that you have a projection. Say you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, you are able to see a wonderful dream. But in reality, the dream is not there, right? It's a projection of the mind of some beautiful dream, and you feel it as reality. But it's not a reality in actual sense. Other thing is that, supposing I look at somebody and then immediately I conclude, this fellow should be a very bad fellow. Okay, you project. The reality maybe is not a bad fellow, but you immediately come to a conclusion. He is a bad fellow. This fellow should be a rich fellow. This fellow is this thing. We come to a lot of such kinds of conclusion. In terms of future and in terms of people, in terms of everything, we come to a lot of conclusions. That's called Pratibhasika. Pratibhasika means you are just projecting. The projection is done by your mind. What you project may not be truth. What you are projecting may not be consistent with what somebody else is projecting. So the Pratibhasika is primarily a kind of a projection. It does not have a sustenance. It is just a projection. Okay, these 3 are the reality that we have. So when you look at him as Lord Krishna, he is Paramarthika reality, right? Whereas when you look at human beings like us, it is going to be what? It's empirical reality or Vyavaharika. We are all just here for a short period of time, Vyavaharika. Okay, so here what he is telling is that I use the Prakriti and then with me Atma Maya, I come myself, Ajopi, though I am unborn. He says, though I am unborn, like all of you, son. But son means as though I am unborn, I am available as though I am born. Though I am also as though the Ishvara for the entire universe. Though I am a Ishvara, I am being an Ishvara, though I am unborn, I am just trying, you're all just looking at me as though I am born. Okay, I am Ishvara is there. So now if you look at Ishvara and us, Bhagavan, he creates himself and he does not have an antakarana. When he does not have an antakarana, he does not have a mind. When he does not have a mind, he does not have a katrutvam or gotrutvam. He does not enjoy, he does not do. He just does the job as a karma yogi and then he goes away. Then why was Bhagavan born? Why Bhagavan was born? He does not have any karma. Only when you and I, we all have karma. Because of the karma, residual karma, we are all taking a birth. For karma, for Bhagavan, he is already really a soul. He does not have to be again manifesting himself. So he doesn't have anything to do. So why is the person born like that? For that, what happens is that there's a lot of prayers that is being done by people asking, that will come to the next shloka, that asking for somebody to come and help them. when they find that the entire structure that we have is not helping people and people are struggling and everybody is praying, and these prayers becomes the kind of a punya for Bhagavan to take a birth. He does not have any karma. These punyas are making him to come. And there's also, we'll be talking about the next couple of slokas, the devatas go and request him to come for a specific purpose. So he comes only for those specific purposes. We'll discuss that about it. In that case, what happens to this person, Lord Krishna? He will decide that he will just go and simply ensure that everybody does not even recognize him as a god. He cannot simply come in the morning with Shanga Chakra Gadapani. If he comes also, we will not believe. So he will just come and silently come into the womb of Devaki, and then he will get birth as though he is just getting born in the world. But he is a Ajopi, he is unborn. But Ajopi son means as though he is getting born, he will sit inside the womb of Devaki and get born, and then he will give a vision to Devaki and Vasudeva that I am Lord Vishnu, only I have come, they come to know about it. But he just comes like that. He desires and then he comes like that. And he has got no karma. He has got no karma vala that he has got to have. So that is the way he says that I will be able to, with my own creative capability, I will just come. When does he come? Now, let us go to the next sloka.
Sri Lakshmi HR Bhagini.
Yada yada hi dharmasya
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
Bhanureka Bhagini.
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत.
Next.
Veena Fani Shri Bhagini.
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं, not तदात्मानां, तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
Okay, finish the sloka, finish the line.
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
First line 2 times.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
Good. Next.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bagini.
Second line 2 times.
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
Good. Next.
Lakshmi Bibi Bagini.
Yes, sir.
The 2 lines together once.
Yes, sir. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Bhanu Rekha Bagini.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Next, one more person.
Kashmira Bagini.
Yes. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
So here Bhagavan tells, when does he come? Sambhavami Atmamayaya. He says, with my Atmamaya, I'll be able to make myself visible. Sambhavami. I will come into being. So when does he come into being? Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever dharmas, glanir bhavati is decline. Whenever the dharmas are taking a beating, whenever dharmas are declining, when dharmas go down, what happens? Adharma will go up. That means it abhyuttanam adharmasya. Then the adharma starts going up. Okay, when dharmas go down, abhyuttanam adharmasya. Adharma comes up. Tada, that time, Atmanam, I start myself, I'll reveal myself, I'll come into being. So, whenever there is going to be a decline of dharma, I will, with my Atmamaya, I'll be able to immediately come up and then present myself to take care of the dharmis. Okay, that's what he says. Now, when you look at the way Lord Krishna was born, Lord Krishna was not born because of X chromosome and Y chromosomes of the parents and then he was born. No, it was a decision that Lord Krishna took that he will just get born in this physical body, which is one Atma Maya. That's what he came and then did one. Second thing, it is an avatara. Avatara means he does not have any baggage of karmas to be cleared in this life. All of us have come with prarabdha karma. We have got a big karma, sanchita karma sitting in our bank account. This life, they have given us one bag full of prarabdha karma. We have taken that and we are leading this karma. In the process of our own jivatva, where we are having the kartrutvam and bhoktrutvam, which is the driving force behind us, we continue to do karma, continue to earn papa punya, continue to get balas, and then continue to have adrishta bala, which is again going to carry it for the next janma. We keep doing the samsaram because we are not able to understand the real nature of us. We are ignorant of the real nature, which is the true self. Whereas for him, there's nothing. And then how does he take birth when there's no karma? That is because when there is going to be a decline of dharma, people start praying. Everybody starts praying that we are helpless. Oh Bhagavan, please take care of us. And at that particular point in time, even Lord Shiva, entire Devatas, everybody went to Lord Vishnu and said that dharmas are declining in the earth. We want you to come and take care of it. The same thing happened in the case of Bhakta Prahlad. No? Bhakta Prahlad was also having, he was putting up with all the things, but he had got a staunch belief in Narayana. For anything his father Hiranyakashipu was doing, he will always believe that there is Narayana who is going to take care of him. His father tried everything on him, cruel, tyrant, everything, but he believed in Narayana. And then finally what happened? Narayana, the Bhagavan knew that this particular person, Hiranyakashipu, cannot be killed because he has got a boon that he cannot be killed by a man or a woman or inside or outside, day, night, all these kinds of permutation combinations he had made in terms of getting this boon. And then he was playing around with this. So Bhagavan decided that he will take an avatara of a Narasimha, which is a man lion. And he came up. Some of our friends in others, who are not aware of Hinduism, they say, how can God come with a lion's head? How does Hayagriva has a horse's head? Now, all these kinds of things. Why Ganesha has got an elephant head? All these things, they ask these silly questions. But when Bhagavan is the creator, he is creating elephant, he is creating lion, he is creating human being. Why he cannot just mix and match, They have one Tata engine, they put and then put a Nissan transmission and then make a car. When we ourselves as engineers, we can mix A and mix B and come out a new product, We take this one and we take that one and we put them together and come out a new product. When we can make it, when he is a Bhagavan, he can take an elephant head and put human body, or he can put lion's head and put a human body. I agree, I can put horse's head. So these kinds of questions are stupid because Bhagavan is the creator. He can do what he wants. So here what he did was he took the avatar of Narasimha in the case of saving Prahalada, and he came out, he did not get a birth from his mother's womb. He came out of pillar because he can come anywhere. He just came out of pillar. And then in the case of Narasimha Avatara, he came only for one specific job of getting rid of this fellow. Okay, so he just came, he manifested out of the pillar as Lord Narasimha, killed Prahalada. That's it, Narasimha Avatara is over. Whereas if you look at Vamana Avatara, he just comes as a small dwarf, then takes the care of Bali Chakravarti, he puts him into Padala, and then God is no more. God vanished. Then when you look at Rama Avatara, he came as Rama. He was there as a boy, he was there as a youth, he got married, all those things. But he lived a life of Dharma. He wanted to demonstrate how to live a life of Dharma, how to be a good Raja, how to be a good person, how to be patient, all those things he demonstrated. But he has got nothing. He is also an avatara. And then he did everything and went. Krishna is again an avatara. He just came, he was always fun, but good teacher and wisdom. He gave and went. So these people do not have to have any specific thing that they have to be going through the process that we all go through in terms of their birth. But they can come whenever there is going to be a decline of Dharma. They come. So Lord Krishna was born when the entire Sabha, consisting of Parameshwara and Brahma and Narada and all the Devatas, they pleaded that Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu should come in the world to protect Dharma. Then he felt it was a time for him to come down, and then he came down and then protected the Dharma, and then he went back. And then finally, when he went back also, that is talked about in the Bhagavad Purana, he was dying. There was an arrow which was shot at him, and then Krishna was dying. And then there was a hunter who had shot an arrow, which was a prarabdha. And then the hunter also was pleading guilty with Lord Krishna. The temple is there very close to Somnath in Gujarat. We can see the temple where Lord Krishna will be lying down, and there is an arrow on him. And then this person, the hunter, is pleading in front of Lord Krishna. It is there. So Krishna, because he has taken a human body, he has got to also leave the body. It cannot be that he simply vanishes. He had to leave the human body. And that time also his cousin was there, Uddhava. I don't know, some of you might be aware of the story called Uddhava Gita. Uddhava was his cousin, and his cousin said, Krishna, you also take me with you. I also want to come along with you. I am grieving about it. But Krishna said, no, I have to go. Then he said, no, you please don't go. Your clan, Yadava clan is fighting. They're all having so much of problem. Why are you going now? Please don't go. But that time, all these gods again came. That is Ishvara, Brahma and Narada and all the Devatas came and told, Bhagavan, you have been asked to, we have given you a project here to take care of this, and then your job is done now. You have now done your job. Your project is over. H1 visa, H1B visa is now revoked. You can go back. So you are sent back. So Krishna, you went back. So that is the story. He came with a specific purpose, and then he goes back. So yada yada hi dharmasya jnanir bhavati bharata abhyuthana madharmasya tadatmam sujamyaham. That means there is a lot of people who want him to come. Good heart, good souls want him to come. That time he comes. Abhyuthana madharmasya. Then again, when you start looking at dharma, what is dharma? Dharma is a social order. Anything that is going to be required for mutual existence of us, we require dharma. Supposing we are now going on the road and then we go the way we want, it can create chaos. So they say that no, if you are driving in India, you will drive only on the left. When you are having a signal, you have to stop and then go. When you are going on speed breakers, please slow down. When you are going to the right, you please show the right, so that That is what you are doing it so that you are going to be in unison with everybody else. You are you are doing things to ensure that you are not only taking care of yourself, but in a public, common way of live and let live. Supposing you don't do that and you drive whatever you want, then there will be a chaos. When there's a chaos, there's a traffic jam. Then one fellow will just appear there and then he says, you stop here, you stop there, and then regulate everybody, and then things will come into order, then everybody will go. Similarly, when you go to the airport also, when they say a boarding announcement, everybody start jumping and going over there. Then somebody will come say, no, no, please, all of you come in straight line. That is dharma. Dharma means not only you live, but make everybody else also live. Similarly, in a football ground also, no, they play a game. When you play a game, there's a football goalie is there. There's a football players are there. There's a referee who gives red card, yellow card, all those kinds of cards they give. So they all play within the rules and regulations, so that the game is played very beautifully and everybody enjoys. But suddenly everybody starts bringing their own ball. Everybody is hitting onto the goalpost. Everybody is running. Nobody bothered about whistling. Everybody thrashes the umpire. Then there's a chaos. There's no dharma in the game. So dharma means it's the orderliness. Orderliness is required in public. Orderliness is required in private life. Orderliness is required in the family also, required in schools, institutions, offices, everywhere. But when the orderliness suffers to a great extent in society, then there's a chaos. Then what happens is dharma will suffer. How is dharma? Dharma means it is a natural order for everybody's sake, where we live in harmony with everybody else. So how is dharma? Dharma is not an institution like a building that we say this is dharma. No, dharma is in the way people are tuning up their behaviors. So dharmas exist only when dharmis are there. Dharma cannot have an existence without dharmis. When dharmis is not there, dharma is not there. When everybody is not following dharma, then it becomes adharma. If 80 people are not coming under rules and regulations, then 20 people will not be able to do anything. And then they also will start jumping the queues, jumping in the queue in the airport, jumping the signals, because they can't manage, otherwise they cannot manage. So when there's total disorder, somebody has to come. In the case if city, a policeman can come and bring in disorder. Whereas in the case of a big world-like kind of thing, Bhagavan comes. Then he is able to come and then bring in the order. Then what does he do? Abhyuttana madharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. When this goes, he says, I'll come. After coming, what does he do? Maybe we'll take it up in the next class. Okay. So dharma means you have to protect the dharmis. Only when you protect the dharmis, dharma can be protected. When there is going to be a dharma is on the decline, that nobody follows dharmas, nobody follows the rules and regulations, then it is adharma is on the higher side. That's what we have to understand. So there is a glanir bhavati. Dharma had declined. When dharma had declined to such an extent that the human beings are not able to manage, and the entire thing is getting in for a destruction in the creation of God, then he manifests himself. He comes himself, and then he is coming, taking an avataram. So that is what is an avataram. So he comes as an avatara. And now the question may come, when is the next avatara? Don't you think that it is the time for avatara to take place now in the way things are happening? The same question was asked in one of the satsangs. The Swamiji told that there's no need for an avatara now, because when I'm teaching Gita, so many people are sitting here and discussing about it. So many people across the world are reading Gita. So many people are understanding many Upanishads and other things. So many people are doing chanting and all, So when so many dharmis are there, automatically it will be taken care of. And there will be somebody who will be born. In India also, somebody will be there to come to and rule the country, so that he'll be able to bring back our last traditions. Dharma will be properly restored to all our requirements. Don't worry, at this point in time, there's no requirement, because there are so many people who are engaging themselves in terms of learning these kinds of dharmic things. That's what he was telling. Okay, so now I think we'll close this, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma paranjanma vivasvatah katametat vijaniyam tvamadau proktavanite. Shri.Bhagavan uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tava charjuna anyahau veda sarvani Natvo veta param tapa अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।